channel. So in today's video, I wanted to do a tutorial using the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. This palette I got the other day in the mail from Sephora, and it is the most stunning palette ever. It has the most amazing combination of purples and warm tones and glitters and mattes and everything in between. It even has an actual pressed glitter in it. I don't use this in the tutorial, but I am so eager to put this on my eyes. I think it's going to be so pretty. So yeah, I came up with this look using the palette, and I also used some other stuff in the tutorial, some other new makeup, some of the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection, and some other new-ish stuff, but also some oldies and some favorites. What is going on with my hair? Also, I just want to mention before I get into the tutorial that I was going to be using the Too Faced Sweet Peach Mist. I wanted to use it in a video because I wanted to use as much of the Too Faced Sweet Peach collection as possible. However, I've tried this a couple times and I wouldn't recommend it. I don't like it. Basically, what happened to me twice. The first time I did a couple shakes, even though it says shake me baby. So obviously you have to shake it. And I left the house, it was in my car, looked in the rearview mirror, and there were little white dots all over my face. So I had to quickly, go back inside, try to buff it out with a powder brush. It was kind of hard and I kind of looked just awkward all day. And then the next day I was like, okay, I didn't shake it enough. That's fine. I don't mind if it's going to be a good setting spray other than that. I shook it like no other. And I still had a couple little bits on my face throughout the day. There are a lot better setting sprays out there that are mattifying that don't give you that same reaction. So that's just my 2 cents on that. Anyway, enough of that. Let's go ahead and get into the tutorial.
Alright, let's get started. So I'm going to prime my skin with my Touch in Sol No Pore-blem primer. That name is so cute. But I find this really is a perfect combination of like a silicone-y pore filling primer and like a really nice hydrating primer. So yeah, just applying that all over my face and making my face super red. Okay. So now I'm doing the Too Faced Peach Perfect Comfort Matte Foundation, I think is what it's called. Yeah, it smells amazing. And I'm in the shade Snow. And I'm just applying this all over my face with a Real Techniques complexion sponge. I've been on a kick with this sponge recently. I used my sister's a couple weeks ago, and I've completely fallen in love with the way it applies my foundation. So I'm just starting on my cheeks and then working into my nose, and then lastly going on to my forehead because that is the area where I have the least amount of breakouts. So I always go there last. Going in with sharp, I always say that, Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Fair, and putting this under my eyes and also on my Cupid's bow just to highlight that a little bit. And I am just going to be brightening my under eye area with this and concealing. This is still probably my favorite concealer of all time. I just love it. Then going in with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. Guys, I was doing my makeup today and I ran out of this. I'm so sad. Anyway, I'm just baking / setting my under eye area with this powder. It's just amazing. And then I'm going with my Too Faced Shadow Insurance eyeshadow base and applying this onto my eyelids on both my eyes to ensure, nice blending and that nothing's going to crease throughout the day. And then setting that with that same Laura Mercier powder and a nice fluffy brush. Then taking, once again, my Laura Mercier powder and just one powder poof. And I'm just kind of, setting my face with this. This is my new favorite way to set my face. I find that it just gets it done quickly, efficiently, it doesn't waste too much powder. So then taking my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in the shade Ethereal Light, I am just going to be cleaning up my face with this, basically wiping all of that excess powder that got on my face just off, and I find this is just a beautiful finishing powder to set everything with. Okay, now going with my Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil bronzer. Guys, I have a bone to pick with this bronzer. I suspect that this bronzer is making me break out along my cheekbone. You guys can kind of see in the beginning of the video and a little bit here that I am breaking out along my jawline or my cheekbone. And I think it's because of this bronzer. So I've stopped using it, and let me tell you guys, it's cleared up. So I don't know about this bronzer. I don't know if I can recommend it anymore. But anyway, I'm just bronzing my skin with this and contouring the whole 9. And then the same bronzer just to kind of like do a light contour of the nose. I don't know why I use this powder to contour my nose because it really doesn't contour the nose well. It's a little bit too warm for that, but you know what? I did it. It's done. It looks okay. Moving on. I'm going to do my brows off camera because I do them the exact same way every time. I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in the shade Chocolate, and then setting my brows with my L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in the shade Medium to Dark. I love this stuff. Look how nice it makes my brows look. I'm taking this extremely creepy, ugly shot of my face underneath the palette. But look how stunning it is. It's a beautiful palette. The mattes, the shimmers, that shade, that purple shade in the middle, like yes. So now I'm doing this method that Jaclyn Hill does in her videos where basically she kind of stamps a loose powder to kind of like act as a cat-shaped guide to her eye. Guys, it works so well. So I'm taking the shade Eden and I'm using this as my transition shade. Just placing this basically between my eyelid, like the movable lid, and my brow bone. This shade is a beautiful transition shade. I am absolutely obsessed with it. So now I'm going into this a little bit taupey shade, and I'm taking this on a smaller blending brush, and I'm blending this more on like the outer third of my eye and working it into the creases you guys can see. Doing the same thing on the other eye. Basically, this is going to act as my first crease shade. The first shade to kind of add a little bit more dimension, a little bit more of I'm just kind of like bringing it home, you know? And now I'm blending everything out. I just find this is so necessary. It's just kind of like doing your brows, like you blend as you go. That's what I'm doing here. Now going into this beautiful red shade. Oh, it's so stunning. I love warm eyeshadow. This is going to be my main crease shade. Basically, it's just going to really give the look some depth, and it's going to tie in the kind of reddish color that we're going to put on our lids. It works, you know. It warms up the eye and makes it really appropriate and fun for fall. So basically, I apply it on the outer fourth of my eye and then blend it kind of in and out and kind of wing it out a little bit to give it a nice look. Once again, blending. I like blending my looks out as to add a little bit of a cat shape to my eye. I just find that it's the most flattering. Now taking the shade Celestial. Guys, look at the pretty the shiny. Oh, I love it. It's so nice. Yeah, I'm liking it. Yes, okay. Anyway, I'm just putting this on my eye. It's a really pretty like pink to gold duochrome sort of situation, and I think it's so stunning. And yeah, I love it. Basically just focusing this just on the movable lid, just that area where your eyeball is. I just think it gives a nice reflect. And because I wanted just to try it out, I tried applying this with my finger, and yes, I like it. Look at me. I'm feeling it. Still feeling it. Okay. But yeah, I think it looks really, really nice that way. And now I'm wiping off that powder, and look at the line it gave me. It's like subtle, but still, you know, nice. So now I'm going in with that really pretty taupey shade, and I'm just taking this underneath my eye on my lower lash line, and I'm going from outer corner to inner corner of the eye, and you know, just kind of giving it a nice, easy blend. I'm actually using an e.l.f. smudge brush, which is one of my favorite brushes to use under my eyes. Loving it. Now I'm going into that red shade, and I'm taking this from the halfway point of my eye outward. So like where my eyeball is, and I'm just taking it out and kind of tying it in with my the eyeshadow I have on my upper eye, just to, you know, make it look good. Now I'm taking the shade Eden and this really nice, like kind of loosely packed blending brush and blending that over there. Okay, we're going too fast. Huda Beauty Samantha lashes, and that face was not cute. So now I'm going with my L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara, which is my new favorite, and just using it on my lower lashes. Give it a little more oomph. Now I'm going with my new favorite blush. I love this blush so much. It's Burt Bees Bare Peach Blush. And I'm just kind of swooping it onto my cheeks just to add a little bit of color. And I'm using this color to kind of like tie it in with the peachy vibes that we have going on our eyes, just to kind of make everything go together. Going into the Anastasia Nicole Guerriero Glow Kit and taking the shade Kitten, I think. And I'm taking this on my inner corners, once again, just to tie in that peachy look. I am so into monochromatic makeup. I think it just is so cute and looks really cool. So I'm taking this on my inner corners, and then I'm going in with MAC Extra Dimension Skin Finish in the shade Double Gleam. Another favorite highlight. Yes, I love it. And I'm putting this on my cheekbones, and you guys will see I also apply it to my Cupid's bow and my nose. Also, yeah, above my eyebrow. I've really enjoyed highlighting this place recently. I think it just gives a nice dewy look to the skin. So, yeah. This highlight's so perfect, I feel like, for fair skin tones. I find it really hard, honestly, to find highlights that are light enough for me. Like that Nicole Glow Kit, I barely can use one shade in that palette. Just saying. But I love it still. Okay, so now I think I'm highlighting my brow bone. Yep, with that same MAC highlight. I love doing this. I feel like it just is a finishing touch on the eyes, brings everything together, and makes everything look super glowy and fresh. Now going with my Milani Make It Last setting spray and literally drenching my face in it because I can't get enough of setting spray apparently. Okay. And fanning myself off because I'm extra. Now I'm going with lip liner, Nude Whisper from Maybelline. And I'm just lightly lining the lips with this just to kind of get those areas that I accidentally got foundation over. That happens to me every single time, and it ends up looking like I have no lips, and I have next to nothing lips to begin with, so I gotta work with what I've got. So I'm just kind of filling in those areas there, and then going in with Colourpop Ultra Satin Lip in the shade Likely. Once again, really tying in nicely with the eye makeup, and the cheeks, and the highlight, the whole thing. I love this shade. Colourpop Ultra Satin Lips are some of my absolute favorites, so I think this is it, guys. I hope you guys like this look because I love it. Alright, everybody, so this is the completed finished look. I am obsessed with this look. I think it is one of my favorite looks I've ever done on myself. I think it's really pretty, super fall appropriate, and I just gotta say, like, this palette is absolutely phenomenal. I think that she completely has outdone herself, and this palette is just an essential for me now. I love the glitter shades, I love the mattes. I think overall it's just like a 10 out of 10 for me, and yeah. I've done this look a few times, like off camera, just for like everyday sort of thing, and I just, every time I'm like, oh, it looks so good. The shade Celestial, I love how it's kind of like a duochromy gold to pink, as you guys can tell in the eyes, and yeah, overall I'm just so impressed with this palette. So as always, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you guys learned a little something or maybe thought about maybe picking up the Huda Beauty palette now. Anyway, like I said, it's amazing. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you guys in next week's video. Bye!